I know many Scousers or Liverpudlians, people from Merseyside, have got a sense of humour about it and often laugh along with it. You know, the stigma, the image, the reputation, the jokes about Liverpool and Merseyside and Scousers. But I do feel for the Scousers, the Liverpudlians. I feel sorry for them because I've been wondering. I mean, I've always adored the Liverpool people and the city and the Wirral and Merseyside. Um, I maybe shouldn't confuse the Wirral with Liverpool, even though they're next to each other, because I might upset a few Liverpudlians. But yeah, I've always loved the Liverpool and the people of Liverpool and adore their accent and as well all of the accents. I know there are various accents, some softer, some harsher, some more phlegmy than others, but yeah, I like them all. I know many would beg to differ, but anyway, back to the point. Yeah, I do feel like I want to defend the Liverpudlians and also maybe give a more accurate image, an accurate picture of what Liverpool is about and what it's actually like there, um, because they seem to get more stigma and more taboo attached to them and more sort of demonization, sometimes humorously, but many a truth said in jest. They seem to get demonized more, and Liverpool seems to get hated on more than, say, Birmingham or Manchester or Leeds or Newcastle. Why is that? Because for me, why would Birmingham or Manchester be any worse or any nastier or any more dangerous than Liverpool? Surely every big city, every major city has its dark side, has its bad areas, has its danger areas, has its crime, has its bad people, underworld, etc. Doesn't every major city have that? Uh, Birmingham, Manchester, Newcastle. Um, so why do people stigmatise and demonise Liverpool more than Birmingham or Manchester? Why is that? I'm aware that I might look like I'm not looking at you. I do struggle with this because I'm kind of looking at myself, but that means that when you see me, it looks like I'm looking to the side. So I'm trying to look at the camera uh, where the actual lens is, which for some reason, a bit eccentric of me, I suppose, but I find that difficult. So forgive me if I seem to be looking at you at sometimes, and other times I seem to be looking beside you. But yeah, I adore the Liverpudlians. Why does Liverpool get more of a stigma attached to it than Birmingham or Manchester? I've been to Liverpool now about what is it, six times? Three, yeah, six times. And the Wirral, New Brighton, for example. Love taking the train from the centre of Liverpool to along the Wirral, and which is a peninsula that comes off Liverpool. I know a lot of people also hate the accent as well. Many people hate the Liverpool accents more than they would hate any other accent, like for example Manchester or Yorkshire or uh, Newcastle. More people seem to particularly hate the Liverpool accent. I know it's a unique and interesting accent. I mean, I love it. I find it very homely and comforting. This is going to sound really corny now. Maybe it's because I was brought up on watching Brookside, the soap, in the 80s and 90s when I was a child and teenager. Already 22 years since Brookside finished after a 21-year run. But yeah, I feel sorry for the Scousers because I mean, we've all got a sense of humour. I don't want anyone or any comedian cancelled. I know that Andrew Lawrence, a very dark and controversial, politically incorrect comedian that normally I resonate with most of the time, he really upset some Scousers, didn't he, last week because of his joke about the dreadful car ramming incident rather, that happened in Liverpool a week ago in the city centre, which was obviously horrific. But he made a joke, and I'm disappointed in Andrew Lawrence on this particular one. On most things, I really agree with him really resonate with him. But on this, I'm disappointed in him. But that doesn't mean I think he should be demonized and cancelled excessively, and doesn't mean I've stopped being a fan. It doesn't mean I'm going to get hysterical about it. But at the same time, yeah, I do feel for the Liverpudlians, because I don't know why they get more stigma and demonisation attached to them than, say, Birmingham or Manchester or Newcastle or even London. We know, well, London's London, isn't it? You know, it's the capital. But why this rough and nasty stigma attached to Liverpool more than other major cities? Doesn't every major city have its dark side, its bad areas, its, you know, dangerous areas, its underworld? Every major city has that, doesn't it? Why should Liverpool be any different from Birmingham or Manchester? I've often wondered this. Maybe it's the accent. Maybe it's the, you know, the comedy. What was it? The Harry Enfield, was it the Harry Enfield comedy? The Liverpudlians, you know, calm down. You know, and the jokes about having, you know, wheels taken off your car and things like that. You know, is it that? Is it the accent? You know, people just read something unfairly into the accent. Why is Liverpool any worse or any more dangerous than Birmingham or Manchester? I don't believe it is. I've spent some time there. I've probably spent about a couple of weeks there now in total. Just a separate, you know, if you add up all the separate visits. And I found the people much more approachable, much more likely to start up a conversation with you. You know, for example, on a train, much more openly. You know, teenagers will start up a conversation with you, just look at you and start engaging with you in a way that maybe they wouldn't so readily in other cities, in other parts of the country. So people, yeah, there's definitely a thinner, there's less of a, you know, the division between one person and the next is, you know, the veil is much thinner. You know, people are much more approachable, much more start conversation easier. And generally, I've found great people wherever I've gone in the world, you know, whatever town I've gone to. I've met wonderful people, but in Liverpool, I get the feeling that people will go even further to help you and, you know, push more boundaries than maybe they might in other parts of the country. I do find them very, very, very caring. Yeah, definitely more direct, more approachable. And of course, I didn't realise until recent years that a lot of people in Liverpool and Merseyside actually view Liverpool as not English. They say we're not English, we're Scouse. This is not England. This is Liverpool. They view themselves as a separate country in their own right, which I didn't realise until the last few years. You know, some Scousers say, you know, I'm not English, I'm Scouse. We're not English, we're Scouse. That's fascinating. But yeah, my question is, where does this stigma come from? Because every major city does have, I'm repeating myself again, every major city has bad areas and dangerous areas and an underworld and a dark side, doesn't it? So what's so different about Liverpool? I wanted to keep this to 10 minutes, no more than 10 minutes. That's it, so we've got another minute. So yeah, I feel like, I mean, I wouldn't want any comedian cancelled, and I was disappointed in Andrew Lawrence, you know, but I don't want him cancelled. And normally, you know, I'm okay with his humour, and sometimes the darkest things are the funniest things, but I was disappointed in the way he had a go at the Liverpudlians after that car ramming incident, and I defended Liverpool a few times online, you know, saying, why is it any different from any other major city, good and bad everywhere? Why Liverpool? Why does Liverpool get the get scapegoated? Actually, I think they're really good people, and the centre of Liverpool is really grand. It's beautiful, you know, so much culture and history. It's stunning, the centre of Liverpool, and much of Liverpool is really nice, and not much different from anywhere else. Yeah, of course, it's got some terrible areas, some bad areas, some rough areas, but hasn't any major city got that? But I didn't find Liverpool much different from anywhere else, just a mixture. In fact, as I said, the centre of Liverpool is stunning. But yeah, I want to defend the Liverpudlians. I know a lot of them will take it as a joke when people take the mick out of them. They'll take it humorously and they'll join in with it. You know, they have got quite a dark, dirty sense of humour often. And certainly I'm not woke, as you know, but I did want to defend the Liverpudlians, and I was disappointed in Andrew Lawrence last week. And I said that, you know, because just because you like someone and admire someone and resonate with them, it doesn't mean that you have to agree on absolutely everything, and doesn't mean that you won't ever criticise them. I'm still getting confused about where to look so that I look like I'm looking at you. But yeah, so today we're talking the Scousers, Liverpool. I adore them and can't wait to go back. I'd like to work there. I lived there for a while actually. Love their accent, all of the accents. Going to make myself unpopular with many there. But yeah, I feel like I want to come to their defence. Well, not that sounds patronising actually. Not to their defence, but praise, praise and respect and admiration, really, rather than defence. Because yeah. But as I said, a lot of Liverpudlians will just take it in good humour. There were a few last week. Not surprisingly, the emotions running high as well, that did take offence at Andrew Lawrence's jokes. Anyway, I've gone over time as always. So today I'm asking, what are the roots of this stigma? Where does this come from? Why the stigma with Liverpool more than other cities? Where does it come from? Why do we give Liverpool a harder time than other major cities?